annual Heartland Hoops Classic.
This is game 2 featuring the Trojans of Platteview and the Islanders of Grand Island. Here are today's starting lineups. First for the Platteview Trojans, wearing number 061 senior Ezra Stewart. Wearing number 261 senior Connor Millikan. Wearing number 561 senior Trey Moseman. Wearing number 1061 senior Alex Draper. And wearing number 465 sophomore Ryan Siebert. Head coach of the Trojans is Tim Brodsky. Now the starters for your Grand Island Islanders. Wearing number 363 junior Makoma. Wearing number 4 6-foot senior Riley Plummer. Wearing number 10 6'7" senior Kasani Makoma. Wearing number 14 5'11" senior Colton Marsh. Wearing number 24 6-foot sophomore Roxton Barrientos. Head coach of the Islanders, Jeremiah Slough. Today's officials, Ron Hartman, Jake Bull, and Troy Test. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Heartland Hoops Classic Basketball.
And the Trojans coming in here at 17-4, 4-16 for Grand Island. Missed 3 there off the hand of number 10 and Alex Draper. Grand Island now flying down the rim. Missed layup from Colton Marsh. Here comes Platteview, and there's the one to watch. Connor Millikan averaging over 25 a game. That leads the state. And now 3 on the way is good. And that's Draper on his redemption. And he's got a quick 3. Plattview's on the board.
Yeah, Platteview, very competitive team. This should be a good game coming in. And Platteview, though, I guess when people think Platteview, they think Connor Millikan. So can Grand Island, you can't stop Connor Millikan, so can they slow him down a little bit to help get the win today?
Beautiful pass down low to Grand Island's Adi Makoma. He's got 2, 3-2 early here, a minute in.
Yeah, and Kazadi Mukoma, he's the leading scorer for the Islanders, so he's going to be Grand Island's guy, and he's going to have to have a big game today.
And now kicking out to Millikan. And back number 5, and Moseman coming off a 25-point game against DC West Thursday night, misses the 3. The Islanders scoop up the rebound. Now here's Colton Marsh, number 14, trying to find leading scorer Kazadi Makoma, averaging about 12-13 a game for the Islanders. Just 4 wins on the year, but 2 of the 4 coming against Fremont. Played last night, quick turnaround in a loss in Lincoln to Lincoln North Star. Here's Makoma. Kazadi hits the 3. He's got his first bucket. 5-2, or 5-3, excuse me. Grand Island in front, 6-10 first quarter.
Should be an exciting game. Like you said, both these teams very versatile teams, one Class A, one B.
Draper won another 3. Millikan scoops up the rebound, who's also the leading rebounder for Platteview, averaging a double-double. Millikan in trouble, kicks it back out, swinging at Draper. And now in the corner finds Ezra Stewart, who misses on the 3 in the corner, and a foul called, our first foul of the contest.
Well, Jan, you talk about Connor Millikan. You said, he averages a double-double, but here are all the stats that he leads for his teams. Rebounds, points, steals, assists, and blocks. He all leads for his team.
That's Millikan's first. Something to watch early on. 5:40 to go. Grand Island, the Class A versus Class B Platteview. This is the only team Grand Island faces at Class B range, and Platteview, Grand Island's the only team they'll face in the Class A level. So an interesting matchup. One of many here at the Heartland Hoops Classic. Kind of what this event's designed for is teams see teams that they don't normally play. Now a 10-footer here rims out from number 24 in Broxton Barrientos. And here come the Platteview Trojans, still stuck on that 3-point mark after the Draper triple, but now 3 on the way, short from Draper. number 10, Alex Draper. And another rebound here. That was Barrientos. And now finding Makoma and misses there. Rebound Draper. A little chilly shooting here early on between the two teams. Connor Millikan averaging 25, kind of 27 on Thursday's win against DC West. And now down baseline, losing control. Barrientos picks it up, but he's got double trouble. He's double teamed in the backcourt. He finds Riley Plummer, number 4, and gets it to McCumma, who's swatted by the big number 40, Ryman Siebert, standing at 6'5", just a sophomore. And now here's Millikan. Swinging it around the perimeter. Millikan wants to drive now, kicks it back out, swinging it to Ezra Stewart. Now back to Moseman, back to Millikan. 4:09 to go, 5-3. Both teams on a bit of a scoring drought. Down low, Siebert, who just had that block, gets one of his own. It's McCumma. And with the block there, the 6'7" senior for GI.
Yeah, and a bit of a slow start to the game, but we saw that in the first game of the day, Jack. These teams are slow getting out. It's a little bit early in the morning to be playing a basketball game, and a bit of a different environment than what these teams are used to.
McCumma misses the triple there. Millikan gets the rebound. There's Millikan, top of the key. Gets it to Draper. Now cut back. Millikan quick passing, gets that extra pass to Moseman. Misses on the left side, the left corner. And Grand Island needs to feed off of this cold Platteview shooting here in the first quarter. 3:22 already, and only one combined foul. Millikan takes that one right away. Read it like a book. Crosses half court, pushing it up the floor. Quick passes from Platteview. Millikan takes the three. He misses short. And the rebound by number 14, Colton Marsh, who decides to slow things down.
Yeah, and that's a good decision by Marsh. You're really, if you're Grand Island, you want to start setting up in a half court a little bit more. Try to see what you can do in a half court set.
And a basket there by Mukadi McCumma, the junior, leading the way with 4 for the Islanders. It's 7-3 Grand Island, 2:42 to go. Cross court, wide open 3. Draper can't connect. And a foul is Platteview and Grand Island are both going up for the rebound. Believe they'll get Stewart on the call. And they will. That's his first. So 2 fouls here for Platteview, and Grand Island still playing clean. Timeout taken. 2:36 to go. And man, oh man, Platteview just early here in the early on, Bridget.
Yeah, it has.
It's too early for this.
And yeah, Platteview off to a slow start, and Grand Island doing a good job capitalizing off of some of those early mistakes for Platteview. But when we talk about it's a weird environment, there's a lot of space behind these baskets. I mean, they set up a basketball court, and there is just cement on both sides. There's even cars on the right side with fans all the way around. A lot less intimate of an environment than what a lot of these teams are used to.
Could definitely throw off some of these guys. You're exactly right, Bridger. So back out of the timeout, 2:30 to play, 7-3 GI on a 7-0 run. And Kata falls hard to the ground there. Now Platteview gets the run and a bit of an open floor. Stop, pop, Millikan, he's on the board. He's got his first bucket there.
Yeah, and Millikan, they're going to have him be active. He's the leading scorer on this Platteview team, and he is really the heart and soul of this team.
And now, I believe a moving screen on offensive foul. And that's on Kelly, his first and the team's first.
Yeah, I just didn't quite get his feet set.
And steal here and an open chance and a lay-in for Colton Marsh of Grand Island.
This is a start for Grand Island. Not many were expecting. I think there are a lot of people expecting Platteview to get the early start and never look back, but it seems to be quite the opposite. Is Grand Island doing a good job offensively and defensively to help capitalize off of Plattview's early mistakes.
9-5 Grand Island. Millikan driving, dumps it off and in. Ryman Siebert, the 6'5" man there without Braden Stott. He's in street clothes, so that's a loss down low for Platteview. But Siebert puts it in for the 2. And answer back with a triple there, 12-7 Grand Island.
Yeah, and just like that, again, we talk about it. Platteview will do something, Grand Island quick to return right back on the offensive.
12-7 Grand Island, a minute to play here in the first quarter. And now Platteview with the basketball. And another turnover, and Grand Island in transition. Trying to keep it was Mukama, and he gets it off to number 10, Kazani Mukama, who has the slam.
Yeah, that's a big slam for Kazani Mukama, and it's a good find. Kazani came in there and he made the right move, and they rewarded him.
Another Platteview turnover, so a couple different mistakes here late in the first quarter. A doubling total for Grand Island, 14-7 on Platteview, and they assumingly will hold it for a last second shot to end the first quarter.
Yeah, and that's really the right play here. You're up by 7. You don't want a fast break by Millikan or anybody else. You just play for last shot.
Now Mukama has got 3 to go. You got to get it off. Mukama does, and off the backboard, and too strong, no good. So after the first quarter, 14-7, Grand Island in front. And we will step aside. Second quarter action coming up after this on Striv.
Tom Dinsdale Automotive is celebrating our 20th anniversary. 20 years of building lifelong relationships. 20 years of providing superior customer experiences. 20 years of supporting the community. For 20 years, we've been building trust and loyalty by treating every customer like family on every visit. We're proud to serve Grand Island and the surrounding areas. Thank you for 20 great years, and we look forward to many more. Help us celebrate 20 years of service. Stop in today.
Participating in multiple Nebraska high school activities.
Back here in Grand Island, 14-7. The Islanders are on top of the Trojans here in the first 8 minutes, and just a sloppy first quarter from a really talented Platteview team, Bridger.
Absolutely, it was a bit unexpected, but yeah, they looked almost slow and sluggish this first quarter. And it'll be interesting to see, can they turn it around in the second?
So out of the timeout, Connor Millikan takes that away.
And that's a good start. Get Millikan active defensively, but now you got to get him active offensively.
So now Millikan scanning his eyes across the court and what's in front of him. And goes to his left here to Draper, back to Stewart. Here's Millikan across the free throw line. Floater, too strong, but gets his own rebound. Kicks it back out. Draper, 3, off the mark, no good. And Millikan, another offensive rebound. And it is a lay-in. Third effort for Ezra Stewart. And he has his first bucket. Make that 14-9 here in GI. And falling to the ground was number 4, Riley Plummer, but the Islanders still have possession. And Mukama finding down low, and Reed Kelly kicks it back out. Plummer doesn't decide to take the shot, instead drives on the right side and kind of stuffed, and here comes Platteview in transition. Millikan crosses half court. Across the wing, right side, nearly an and one, but falls out. He'll get 2 shots at the free throw line.
Yeah, and these 2 free throws can be really good for Millikan. So far, he's had a little bit of a slow start to the game, but you see with really good shooters and really elite basketball players, free throws help them to relax. They can start getting comfortable a little bit more and start to see Millikan start to heat up a little bit more after these free throws.
Yeah, first one is good from Millikan. That gets his total to 3 points on here in the game. 14-10, couple substitutions made for Platteview.
And last game we saw Carter Roos had 32, so can Connor Millikan maybe top that, or what will his performance be today is going to be the big question. Is coming in right now, he's one of the big names in this tournament as people are really excited to watch.
14-11, Grand Island just closing in. Platteview on this lead at 3 now. 6:35 to go. Swinging around 3 on the way. Rims in and out for Barrientos. And here comes Platteview. And that's Trey Moseman, number 5, with the ball left side, right side. Goes back to Stewart, back to Moseman, back to Stewart. Stewart looking. Swing it back and forth around the perimeter. Moseman takes the 3, no good. Another offensive board for the Trojans. And that time it was Ziebert. Now back to Millikan, left side, behind the 3-point line. Cross court past Moseman, now finds Ziebert, back out to Moseman. Back to Ziebert in the corner, double team, gets it away to Moseman. Cross court to Millikan, left side behind the 3-point line. Now back to Cale Wickman, who just checked in. Ezra Stewart kicks it out, Moseman open 3, yes sir, on the right side. Great passing from Platteview. They tie it at 14.
Yup, and that's the way to do it if you're Platteview. You stay patient, you get your open shot when you can, and you force Grand Island to play long defense.
Great passing here from Grand Island. Kind of surprised Barrientos didn't go up with it. And over the backboard, actually, on the shot from Bode Albers, number 12, the 6'4 junior. And Platteview takes over as we are knotted up 14 all, 5:28 to go in the first half. It's been competitive.
It definitely has, and expect Platteview maybe, I don't know, Platteview, they're playing well, they're just playing a little bit slower, a bit of a slow start to the game. And if you're Grand Island, you're playing well and you're really not playing the best game you could play, but you're still competing. So I think both teams, coming out, they have a lot to adjust to.
Now Moseman wants another one. He's got another one. And that one makes it 17-14. And that's 6 for Moseman in the past 30 seconds. And Platteview now in the second quarter, Bridger, starting to warm up.
They definitely are, and you see teams like that. And in this tournament, like we said,
causing the timeout. That was Moseman, so 17-14 Bridger. But yeah, Platteview warming up.
Yeah, they definitely are. And Trey Moseman, he's hit 34 threes this year, and he's shooting 38% from the 3-point line. So he's a big 3-point threat for Platteview. And if Platteview can get the threes to start falling a little bit more, it can help spread out the post a little bit and really force Grand Island to have to worry about all levels of offense when they're playing defense.
So out of this second quarter, it's been a 10-0 run for Platteview, 17-14. It was 14-7 Islanders after the first, and the adjustments have been made by head coach Tim Brodsky. Basketball runs in the family. Daughter Peyton at Creighton, son Trey at Nebraska Wesleyan. And out of the timeout, a 3-ball here from Riley Plummer, and he's got 6. Tie this thing up at 17.
Yeah, and that's a great start if you're Plummer to come out of a timeout and hit a 3 to tie things back up.
Connor Millikan looking to his left, finding Moseman, who's hit 2 threes already here in this quarter. And Moseman coming off a 25-point performance against DC West in their win on Thursday night in Springfield. Moseman again fires away, this time off the mark, and the Islanders wisely just let that ball roll out of bounds.
Yup, and Moseman there, he got an open look, so he decided to take it, but that time just couldn't quite capitalize.
17 all. The Islanders and the Trojans got Wahoo and North Platte to follow, and Gordon Rushville and GICC wraps up your first half of the Heartland Hoops. The Nebraska v. Nebraska teams open 3 again, and no problem for Bode Albers.
Yeah, Grand Island showing up, shooting well from beyond the arc. It seems like that's where they've struggled a little bit this year, but showing up in this tournament, that's where they're really thriving.
20-17, GI in front by 3. They take it back after 2 threes and a 6-0 run for the boys playing in their hometown of Grand Island this morning. Here's Moseman, right side stop, pop, 10-footer, too strong. Another offensive board for Platteview, keeping them in this game, and a foul called. And that should be on Barrientos. It will.
Yeah, and a very clean game so far. As we're seeing, foul count is 3-2. Grand Island with 3, Platteview with 2, but with only 3:39 left to go in the first half. A very clean game so far, especially with how good the defense has been. It's really surprising to see that.
Now the inbound, deflected, but right into the hands of Moseman. Gets it off to Millikan. Millikan driving, left side, no good. Ball tipped up, and a foul called as Grand Island was getting out of the backcourt. And that's on Ziebert.
Yeah, it's kind of a tough foul if you're Platteview. You're just trying to play some defense, but at the same time, you got fouls to give here. You obviously don't want to go foul crazy, but you're only at 3 fouls. You're really in no foul trouble, and being a little bit aggressive down this first half is not a bad thing.
20-17, 3:20 to go first half. Riley Plummer, another 3. Off the mark, no good. Rebound up for grabs. Siebert comes with it, and he gets it off to Moseman, who goes back to Millikan, who's been kept in check pretty well so far, and a foul off the ball.
He has been kept in check so far. I mean, he had not putting up the normal points, but he's if you watch Connor Millikan play so far right now, he understands that Grand Island has a lot of pressure on him, and he's in the spotlight. So he's really looking to drive and to kick and to get his teammates open, and he's done that a couple times so far.
First on Colton March, team's 4th. 4 team fouls for Grand Island, 3 for Platteview. Under 3 to go. Now here's Moseman, right side behind the 3-point line, finds Ezra Stewart at the free throw line. Ball tipped away by Marsh, but stays right here with Platteview.
Yeah, good effort by Marsh defensively. That's the type of energy that Grand Island's going to need if they want to get the win today over Platteview.
Now just a bad pass and taken away by Barrientos. Gets it up the floor to Colton Marsh and back to Plummer.
Like a send? Is that a send or an output?
And now Marsh going back to Plummer, kicking it out, swinging it. Here's Barrientos back out, and the 3 is good for Mukama, who has himself a triple, and he is up to a game-high 8 points here today, 23-17. GI is in front by 6.
And Kazadi Mukoma is the leading scorer for the Islanders. He's got averaging 13.2 points per game. And right now he's looking like he may surpass his average.
3 short from number 10, Alex Draper, but Platteview crashing the boards, gives Draper another chance, and he misses there again. Plummer gets the rebound, and to Kazadi Mukama, who has 8 points on the day, leads all scorers so far in this game.
Yeah, and he's shown up big for Grand Island, just being that strong force and the big score for him.
Mukama misses there on the 3, and Millikan grabs the rebound. Millikan across half court. Finding Draper, who missed a couple 3s last possession. Now on the wing, back out Draper, making that extra pass. Back to Draper, right side behind the 3-point line. Swinging it to Millikan, find it down low. Ezra Stewart back out. Here's Moseman missing the 3, and Platteview taking a lot of 3s here in this first half. And Barrientos comes up with the rebound.
Yeah, Plattview's going to have to find a way to adjust to not shoot so many 3s from the 3s.
Well, speaking of 3s, Bridger, there's another one from Riley Plummer, making it 26-17, their largest lead of the day. And gorgeous pass down low. Stewart was right there waiting for it. He puts in the easy 2.
Yeah, that's a beautiful pass.
Down to the opposite side, a nice drive to the rim by Marsh. He scores, so exchanging 2s, 28-19, 36 seconds to go here in the first half.
In just a shocking first half so far, Grand Island playing some of the best basketball anyone's seen them play.
In and out, no good for Millikan. Rebound by Siebert. Back out Moseman, swings at Draper. Open 3, right side, yes sir, hits to the corner. Triple.
Alex Draper right now shooting 37% on the year from the 3-point line.
So 28-22, Grand Island again will get the final shot of the quarter. And taking it, Marsh, no good off the mark. And the rebound and the heave off the top of the backboard. But 28-22, Grand Island after the first half of play. And man, oh man, just an exciting first 16 minutes. And Grand Island, the team, only 4 wins on the year, taking on the 4-loss Platteview. They're up by 6. And it's been quite impressive here so far.
Which is ran for the past 15 years. Through coaching these aspiring players, Doc has positively impacted so many young minds. We would love to show Doc how much he is loved and appreciated by helping to ease some of the financial burden of his cancer To donate, text the number or scan the QR code on the video board, or visit the Heartland's website.
Ladies and gentlemen, for our halftime entertainment today, please welcome.
Here at halftime with head coach Jeremy Slow. Coach, what a first half for your team. You guys, they fought back a little bit in that second quarter, tied the game up, then you guys go on a 9-0 run. What were your takeaways from the first half?
Yeah, I like what we're doing offensively, and we're doing a nice job on Millikan defensively, but we're not rebounding the basketball. They got way too many offensive rebounds, and most of their opportunities have come from second chance, and so we got to clean that up. That's kind of been our bugaboo all season long. We're giving up too many offensive rebounds, so if we clean that up, we're going to be in good shape.
What's your message to your team at the half? Obviously a very good Platteview team. What's the key to closing it out in the second half?
We just got to keep our foot on the gas, continue to shoot open shots. They're giving us some things on the perimeter and really trying to gunk up the paint, so we got to be willing shooters. Especially our other guys are going to have to be willing because they're doing a good job taking Kazadi away. And then we know how dangerous Millikan is. He's got 4 in the first half. He could get 30 in the second. And so we got to continue to do a good job with communication when we're on defensive away from our bench.
Coach, I appreciate it. Good luck in the second half. John Willis here at halftime. And we will send it to a break here as we continue our halftime coverage on Striv TV.
Tom Dinsdale Automotive is celebrating our 20th anniversary. 20 years of building lifelong relationships. 20 years of providing superior customer experiences. 20 years of supporting the community. For 20 years, we've been building trust and loyalty by treating every customer like family on every visit. We're proud to serve Grand Island and the surrounding areas. Thank you for 20 great years, and we look forward to many more. Help us celebrate 20 years of service. Stop in today.
Root for your home team and be there for all of the excitement. NSAAHome.org has all your high school sports championship ticket information.
Back here in Grand Island, 28-22. Grand Island is on top of Platteview in a bit of a surprising to many first half. How the Islanders playing tremendous against the Platteview team that coming in 17-4 may not be playing to the best of their potential. And we'll take a look at some of the first half replays here in Platteview, Grand Island. So now walking back here, the Islanders, that's Marsh looking over and finding the leading scorer, Mukama, there for the triple on the left side. Really good shot. And then now nice under the basket camera and a nice lay-in from Mukadi Mukama there with his left hand. And there's that under the basket cam, a floor camera, and nice stop and pop there from Platteview. And then a nice steal and an easy bucket for Colton Marsh there on the right side. And then we got an aerial camera here. And there's a 3 for Grand Island. That's a pretty cool view. Just one of many highlights for the Islanders, the big dunk from Mukama there. And that happened in the first quarter. And nice steal there. Mukama back to his brother there. And for another dunk, another look at that. And Connor Millikan, nice pass down low, finding Ezra Stewart for the score.
Yeah, and it's been quite the start as we look at some of these replays. A lot of back and forth going on, but Grand Island has come out on top on a lot of these events. And really what's tough is every time Platteview do something good, Grand Island would return with something good, if not better.
So, man, oh man, 28-22 is where the Islanders lie ahead by 6 Newcomer again. And that was a long 2 there. And Barriento's back out. Plummer's hit a couple threes in that first half. He's one to watch. And our final clip, Millikan. That was a gorgeous pass down to Stewart for the easy lay-in on the left side. And another look at Draper's triple in the corner. And we will step aside, get you third quarter action coming up shortly. Jack McGonigal, Bridger Cruz, you're tuned in to the Heartland Hoops Classic on Striv.
Tom Dinsdale Automotive is celebrating our 20th anniversary. 20 years of building lifelong relationships, providing superior customer service, and supporting the community. Stop by Dinsdale Hyundai and experience the Ioniq 5, Motor Trend's 2023 SUV of the Year, with ultra-fast charging time, 10 to 80% in just 18 minutes, and a range of over 300 miles. The Ioniq 5 is a game changer. Discover all the premium features at an affordable price. Help us celebrate 20 years of service. Stop in today.
Participating in multiple Nebraska high school activities has taught me the value of teamwork.
I learned how to be a strong leader among my peers.
We set goals as a team and work hard to accomplish them.
I strive to excel not only in the classroom but on the playing field.
The Nebraska School Activities Association providing opportunities in 25 activities for our member high schools. NSAA activities, the other half of education.
Here in Grand Island. 28-22, Islanders on top of the Platteview Trojans. And we're getting ready for the third quarter. We're going to send it to John Willis, our sideline reporter.
Joined at halftime. You guys are down at the half, 26-17. What did you see from the first half?
Obviously we didn't shoot the ball real well. We know Grand Island was going to play 2-3 zone, and they're long and they're active in it. You got to step in and make jump shots, right? Shoot with confidence. We feel good about how we're moving the basketball. We got good shooters on this team, and shots didn't go in the first half. So we just got to shoot the basketball a little bit better, and it starts on the defensive end. We got to get a few more stops. We got to get hands up on their shooters, and then we can get out in transition to get those rhythm jump shots.
In the second quarter, you guys went on a little 10-0 run there to close the gap, but then they obviously went on a run. It's been a game of runs, and what's going to be the key to kind of keeping one going in the second half?
Well, we got to get stops. It started there because we got 4 or 5 straight stops. We were able to get out in transition, like I said, get our offense going, and then we gave up 14 points the last 5 minutes. We stopped getting stops. So play good defense, get stops, rebound, and we can get out and run where we're comfortable.
Appreciate it, Coach. Right, best of luck in the second half. As Grand Island leads this one 28-22 here at the half, we'll send it back upstairs.
It's about a minute away from the third quarter between Grand Island and Platteview. And Bridger, if you're Platteview, what are the adjustments you need to make to get yourselves ready to, for this comeback in the third quarter?
Here's the first thing I want you to do if you're Platteview. I want you to take a big deep breath and think to yourself, all right, we're Platteview. We have Connor Millikan. We're able to do very phenomenal things, but you can't force it. You got to just relax and start playing your game. And the players around Connor Millikan, too, Grand Island is doing a very good job of just swarming Connor Millikan. So the players around him have got to start, too, making a little bit more noise so that you can get Millikan involved and start spreading things out a little bit more. And then defensively, you just got to relax and start playing good defense again. But Kazadi Mukoma is having himself a game, so you're going to have to slow that down, too.
So the third quarter is a go. Grand Island leads by 6 on Platteview. And now here's Alex Draper. Ooh, early foul call. That's going to go on Barrientos.
Yeah, Barrientos just got a little bit too excited. He thought he had the lane for the steal, and Millikan closed it fast.
That's his second personal, team's first, just about 10 seconds in. Here's Millikan trying to go to the right side of the floor, kicks it back out, swings to a wide open number 5, Trey Moseman, who hits the triple. He's got 9 on the day.
And that's a good start. Trey Moseman shooting 38% from beyond the arc this year, and him heating up from the three-point line would be huge for the Trojans.
So 9 for Moseman, cuts that, or chops that Islander lead in half. It's now 28-25. 3 on the way. Barrientos rims in and out, no good. Millikan with the board. Millikan jogging about half-heartedly up the floor, and now swinging it around the perimeter is Platteview.
Yeah, and Platteview really looking to just take their time, set up in a half-court set offense, and force them to really force that Grand Island defense to work.
Down low, jumping. Now back out. Good defense here from the Islanders. Swinging it to an open number 10. Draper hits the triple.
Yeah, and just like that, 2 back-to-back threes for Platteview, and it's right like that, tied back up.
We are tied again, 28-28, and Marsh driving just gets that stripped by Millikan. Millikan has his eyes up the floor. Back out to Moseman, gets it to Stewart. Back around Millikan, driving, center of the lane, kicks it back out. Open 3, Stewart, no good. And it was number 10, Kazadi Mukama, coming up with the board, who gets it to Colton Marsh. Back to Mukama, back to Marsh. 6:05 to go, knotted up 28-28. And a travel violation sends it back to Platteview, but so far so good in the first minute 57 from the Trojans after the half.
So now, if you're Grand Island, Plattview's forced your hand. So how can you respond after now a 6-0 run to start the third quarter from Platteview?
So checking out was Riley Plummer. And back in for Grand Island, Reed Kelly, who has 2 fouls among him. And now Millikan back out. Swinging it around. Here's Stewart. Stewart right side looking. Has to back it out. Finds Moseman short on the 3. Mukama with the rebound. And he gets to Marsh here. Marsh now driving all the way and tried to find Reed Kelly for the extra pass, and Millikan snags it away. And here's Connor in transition. Steps up, fires away. Yes, sir. Platteview back in front. A 3 here.
So 3 straight threes for Platteview, and that's going to force Grand Island to take a timeout.
Indeed they do. Buzz themselves a timeout. We'll step aside. 31-28, Platteview in front. Jack McGonigal, Bridger Cruz here at the Heartland Hoops Classic on Striv.
Good to go. Go.
Tom Dinsdale Automotive is celebrating our 20th anniversary. 20 years of building lifelong relationships. 20 years of providing superior customer experiences. 20 years of supporting the community. For 20 years, we've been building trust and loyalty by treating every customer like family on every visit. We're proud to serve Grand Island and the surrounding areas. Thank you for 20 great years, and we look forward to many more. Help us celebrate 20 years of service. Stop in today.
Back here in Grand Island, so a really similar thing we're seeing here to begin the third quarter. So it was 14-7 Grand Island after the first, and then we see a 10-0 Platteview run. Then 28-22 Grand Island at the half, and now a Platteview 9-0 run. So it's been a game of runs for Platteview after the beginning of quarters. That's not the first. 5:20 to play third quarter. 31-28 Platteview finds themselves back up by 3, and they have tightened the ship here on defense after the break. And now here's Colton Marsh, left side on the block, has to kick it back out. And nobody around Barrientos, and he does find Mukama. And now Kazadi Mukama misses the 3, and leaping for the rebound and coming down with it is Trey Moseman. Moseman cross court down the floor to Millikan on the right side. Millikan being tightly defended by Marsh. Now down low, Ezra Stewart on the right or the left block, kicks it back out. Open 3, Millikan right side, yes sir, and Millikan has himself back-to-back triples, and Connor starting to warm up in this one.
Yeah, and that's what they needed most, and I said it coming into halftime, if the other pieces can start heating up and take pressure off Millikan, Millikan's going to find himself open a lot more.
Great post move here from Reed Kelly, number 40, for his first basket of the game, and that puts Grand Island at the 30-point mark. It's 34-30 Platteview, 4:16 third quarter. Now back out, Draper to Millikan, way behind the three-point line. Now Moseman, right side to Stewart, back out Draper, left three, corner, no good, short rebound by Barrientos. Gets it up the floor to Marsh. Marsh crosses half court. Now Marsh at the three-point line, driving, left block or right block, and he misses. And it's rebounded by the Trojans. And here's Millikan, swings out wide open Moseman. Can't leave him, hand down, man down, hits the triple.
Yeah, and Platteview red hot from the three-point line in the third quarter, and now up by 7, and Grand Island's gonna have to figure out something defensively to stop leaving them so wide open from the three-point line.
5 threes for Platteview in the quarter, 37-30, out to their largest lead of the game by 7 with 3:20 to play in the third quarter. Grand Island left a little puzzled. Marsh is driving, runs right into Millikan, nothing there. Barrientos has it now. Swings it around. Mukama takes the three. And in and out, it was halfway down the drain. Millikan gets the rebound. Millikan crosses half court, floats it up to Draper. That was standing to his left. Now Millikan left side, back to Draper. Top of the key, back to Millikan, wants another, wants the 6th Platteview three. He has the 6th Platteview three of the quarter, his 3rd personally. And he is up to 8 points, 8 points in the third, 12 in the game.
Yeah, and what a second half adjustment for Connor Millikan. Struggled a little bit in the first, and the struggle is the opposite of what he's done in the second half.
40 blocks, 40 there. Zeber all over Reed Kelly for the block. 2:25 to go, 40-30. Plattview's out to their first double-digit lead. Here's Millikan, right side on the wing, kicks it back out. Draper back to Millikan, top of the key. Millikan scanning his eyes, nice one-handed pass, quick pass. Moseman short on the three. Barrientos chases the rebound down in the left corner. And here comes Grand Island. Millikan backing himself up on defense.
For Millikan to be able to see that, to make that one-handed pass that quickly, that is one, phenomenal ball control to be able to throw that pass, and then 2, that's phenomenal court vision.
And Mukana stops the drought for Grand Island with a 2 of his own. Makes it 40-32 with 1:42 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, and that was a much-needed shot if you're Grand Island. It seems like everything's going Plattview's way, but that time you at least get a bucket to keep yourself in it.
And down low, Zeber can't get that to fall and gives it right back to Millikan. Something you can't do, draws contact. He's heading to the free throw line.
Yeah, and Millikan again, he did a good job drawing contact, taking his time, and then forcing the foul. And the foul will be on
Mukana.
Yep, Mukadi Mukoma.
His first, the team's second. Millikan at the line for 2. First one strong and doesn't fall. Platteview shooting about a little over 71% from the line as a team. Grand Island struggles at the line, just in between 60 and 70%. And Millikan's next one goes. Millikan hits 1 of 2. Puts him at 9 for the quarter.
Yeah, and that's really the big catalyst now of this third quarter drive would be Connor Millikan having his 9, as well as everybody else on the team complimenting him and heating up from the three-point line.
41-32, 9-point affair now. And out of bounds, last touched by the Islanders, sends it back to Platteview with just 63 ticks remaining in the third quarter.
Yeah, and that time Mukoma tried to dump it off to Kelly, but wasn't a great pass and just really didn't have much position.
So now on the opposite side of the floor, another Platteview bucket.
That was a phenomenal pass, and I've been using that word a lot with Connor Millikan. Millikan just threw it one-handed, and it was in stride for the bucket.
43-32, 34 seconds to go. Swinging around, here's Plummer, who was hot in the first half, and he misses the three there on the left side. Millikan runs right into the wall of Marsh, but gets around him. Now 20 seconds. Expect Platteview to have their first opportunity to save for the last second shot. Millikan, 13 points in the game. Moseman has 14. Both of them had 25 plus on Thursday. There's Millikan, kicks it back out. Moseman wants some more. He's got some more. He's got 17 on the game.
Yeah, and that's a great way to end the third quarter, and that just speaks to what the third quarter was. It was Platteview hot from the three-point line, and Grand Island just almost looked like a deer in the headlights.
46-32 Platteview, and looking at that highlight, and Moseman lighting it up on the floor and sending three there from Draper. So we will step aside. 14-point Platteview lead after three. They lead 46-32. Jack McGonigal and Bridger Cruz. You're tuned into the Heartland Hoops Classic here.
Dinsdale Automotive is celebrating our 20th anniversary. 20 years of building lifelong relationships. 20 years of providing superior customer experiences. 20 years of supporting the community. For 20 years, we've been building trust and loyalty by treating every customer like family on every visit. We're proud to serve Grand Island and the surrounding areas. Thank you for 20 great years, and we look forward to many more. Help us celebrate 20 years of service. Stop in today.
Back here in Grand Island, 46-32. Platteview has a 14-point advantage after 3 quarters of play, outscoring Grand Island 16-4 in that third quarter. And Bridger, you said it, Platteview had to come out, take a deep breath, and they shot the ball like they know how to do, and they outperformed the Islanders for those 8 minutes.
Oh, they absolutely did, and they showed why they're such a good team. Right now in the NEB Preps Class B coaches poll, they're sitting number 4, and there's a reason. To come out and have that big third quarter, we saw that in the last game as well. Freeman came out and had a big third quarter, and that's really what helped elevate them over Central City, and we're seeing it now with Platteview.
So just a miss there. I think a little bit of a block, too, on that three-point attempt from Plummer. And Platteview now down to Ezra Stewart, to Alex Draper. Hands it off. Here's Millikan. Millikan. And gets bumped, and he draws contact. It's on the floor. It was before his shot attempt.
And Millikan so far has done a very good job of when he drives in, he is taking contact the whole way, and he's great at drawing fouls.
So that was an inbound. Here's Millikan now, and expect maybe Platteview to use some clock, something Grand Island's not really familiar with. In Class A, you have a shot clock. Platteview had the option to use the clock. They decided not to, so Grand Island can't force any shot clock violations here this afternoon.
Yeah, and that is something to look at. Grand Island, you just saw the whole game, really, they've had a much faster pace offense, but that's because they've had to.
And yeah, they have been forced in Class A competition. Millikan misses the 15-foot jumper there. Now in transition, here's Riley Plummer. Misses the three. Who was it last touched by? It was last touched by Mukama. It goes back to Platteview.
Yeah, and right now, like you said, expect a lot of time to be burned, and Grand Island going to have to bring in the press now to start to force Plattview's hand a little bit more.
46-32, the Trojans ahead by 14. A minute and 20 seconds into this fourth quarter. No points so far in quarter number 4. Good defenses here. The Islanders and the Trojans. Here's Millikan on the wing, kicks it back out. Now back down Ezra Stewart there behind the three-point line. And Stewart looking and finds Millikan near half court. And Millikan and his man-to-man defense making life tricky here for Platteview. As Millikan now double-teamed, he does get it away to Moseman. Moseman driving, and he floats it in the paint there. 2 more from Moseman.
Yeah, and that's a tough shot over the 6'7" Kazadi Mukoma. He had a nice floater.
So 48-32, Platteview 16-point lead now. Here's Mukama, gets it back out. Colton Marsh swinging it around. Barrientos looking to find Mukama down low. Runs into a couple big guys at Platteview, and Ziebert makes it tough, and he misses the shot. Ezra Stewart gets the rebound, and Barrientos backs off him. Quickly back to Ezra Stewart at the top of the key. Hands it off now. Back out. Here's Millikan. 5:20 now to go in the game. Bounce pass inside to Stewart. Back out to Millikan. Millikan on the left wing. 15-footer. Yes, sir. Millikan hits the shot.
Yeah, and that's just a smooth play we're going to see from Millikan. He's a Dort commit, which is a college in Iowa, but either way, a collegiate basketball player to come. So he's got the smoothness and the swagger of a collegiate athlete.
Wide open three comes up short for Draper, and Barrientos gets the rebound, and a timeout has been taken. That's a full timeout. So we'll stay right here, 50-32. Trojans up 18. But here in the fourth quarter, Bridger, Grand Island, you can tell, has tightened up that defense, knowing that Platteview, doesn't have a shot clock to worry about.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's going to be the big thing now if your Grand Island is okay. We have got to tighten up this defense, start forcing turnovers or silly shots, because we don't have a shot clock to do that for us. So, yeah, it's going to force Grand Island to be in. It'll be interesting to see, and I'm sure they had time to prepare before this if your Grand Island understand, okay, we're not going to have a shot clock, so here's going to be the plans we have to help avoid that. But, yeah, this is when it gets interesting, is Plattview's used to being able to burn out clock like this. Grand Island, not so much. But down 18, 4:53 left. It's a tall mountain to climb, and Grand Island could definitely do it. It's just going to take a lot of great coaching and a lot of execution from the players.
So 50-32 as the Trojans are back out on the floor. It's their starting five out there.
Yeah, backing out of the starting five. I'd assume starting fives will stay in most of the game, if not all of it, unless this lead starts to get anything over probably 25. I'd assume most teams will keep their starters in.
So out of the timeout, here's Mukama. Now Grand Island passing it around. Mukama here. Now back to number 10 and Kazadi Mukama. And stuffed there was Jackson Bernal, number 5. And now Mukama floats it in. That was Mukadi Mukama with the score.
Yeah, it's a good bucket for Grand Island. Offensive boards are also going to be a key. In this comeback, if you want to try it, you can't make every shot, so you've got to rely on the offensive boards to give yourself 2 or 3 chances per possession.
Platteview here, turnover for them. So now with 4:15 to go, a 16-point Platteview lead.
Yeah, and 16 points, really not all that much. I mean, it seems like a lot, but in basketball, 16 points, yes, it's a lot, but it's not but it's not a hole you can't dig yourself out of.
So Bernal airballs the three-pointer, and Ezra Stewart gets the rebound. Back to Trey Moseman to Millikan. Cross, back to Millikan. Platteview now wasting some clock. Hanging out under halfway through.
Yeah, and right now, burn as much clock as you can if you're Platteview. You're up by 16. Waste as much clock as you can. Try to force Grand Island's hand.
Great pass from Millikan to Ziebert for the score. 52-34.
And that's just another one of those things that nobody else would think of doing that. And then Connor Millikan goes, oh, that would be cool, and throws this phenomenal pass. And it just seems like the guy, when he's passing, he knows exactly where it's going every time.
So a 3 there.
Yeah, it was hit by Mukadi Mukoma.
Yeah, so 52-37 now. And again, we'll see. Try and waste some clock here. Platteview with about 2:40 to go. Now down low, back out to Millikan.
Platteview is doing a great job of just smoothly executing, wasting time. That's something you'd think it'd be simple, but you see teams mess it up all the time.
Moseman misses the three, and Bernal gets the critical rebound for Grand Island. Nearly gets it stolen away by Millikan, and Bernal goes all the way down and misses the right-handed layup. It was tipped by a Trojan defender, and Millikan has the ball in his hands as he crosses half court to Moseman, to Stewart. Quick pass. That's number 11, Cale Wickman, back into the game. Under 2 minutes to play, a 15-point Trojan lead, and a foul here on number 3 in Mukama, his second.
Yeah, on Mukoma there, it was an intentional foul. You're under 2 minutes now. You're in the time where you've got to start fouling. You're trying to do something. If you're Grand Island down by 15, it's going to get real tough.
Grand Island takes the timeout. And with 1:52 to go, there's just one regular season game left for Platteview. Excuse me, that's against Crete. And Crete's also having a great year, so that should be a fun one in Springfield on Friday night. And then for the Islanders, they just have one left as well, and that's next Saturday, and that's against Lincoln. That's not against any of the Lincoln schools in Nebraska. That's actually against Abe Lincoln, the school out of Council Bluffs. They'll play in GI next Saturday against the Islanders. So after this, each of these teams just with one regular season match left before they take on sub-district play for Class B. And in Class A, it just rolls right into district play. So now out of the timeout and inbounds here for the Trojans. We'll see if Grand Island forces Platteview to get to the free throw line through fouling. But Platteview playing smart basketball now. And now a trap, and they do get it away. And down low, kicking it back out. And now more of that clock going to be melting for Platteview.
Yeah, and Platteview, just their sole focus is to drain out clock. They had a post shot there they very well could have taken, but they decided to kick it back out to Millikan and just keep burning more clock, and it's paying off.
So Moseman right now the leading scorer with 18 as there's a foul against the Islanders. Yeah, that's the third on Mukama, number 3. That's the team's 5th. And, I mean, kudos to Platteview, 0 second-half fouls.
Yeah, that's a really impressive stat. Because their defense picked up as well in the second half, so you'd expect the fouls to naturally pick up too. But, yeah, defense picked up in fouls. There were none.
Now we're at a minute to go, and down low, Ezra Stewart turns around. No good, and Ziebert can't get the board, but it lands in Moseman's hands. Platteview still has possession of the basketball. And now we're at 45. And Grand Island may lay off, but Ziebert's not laying off with a big-time slam, and that slams the door on Grand Island here in this game. A 17-point Trojan lead on a slam dunk finish.
That does, and that's the exclamation point on the day. That was a big dunk. I wasn't quite ready for him to put it up.
So 54-37, and that may be the final shot taken in this game. So a Platteview team advances to 8-4 after a bit of an unwelcoming first half, and Grand Island slips to 4-17 on a tough turnaround against North Star. And the Trojans, 54-37, they defeat the Grand Island Islanders in Game 2.
Diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer March of 2022 and continues to go through treatment today. Doc has spent much of his adult life dedicating his time to basketball in Nebraska. Through many years of officiating high school basketball, including 11 state tournament appearances and coaching both high school and youth teams, Doc's contribution to the sport and to young athletes.
John, you want Connor? You want Connor?
For which he is
What?
most proud of is the
You get Trey?
development of the GISH youth basketball program, which he has ran for the past 15 years. Through coaching these aspiring players, Doc is positively.
We saw him get more active.
We would love to show Doc how much he is loved and appreciated by helping
With Trey Moseman.
Moseman post game as Platteview gets the big win with Grand Island. First off, Trey, you had an awesome game with 19 points. How'd you get some shots to fall today?
It's really easy when Connor's on our team, and Connor creates a lot of people coming at him, and it just opens up shots for me, Alex, and everything's easier when Connor's on the floor with us.
How about that third quarter? Obviously, you guys were down at that, but you outscored them 24-4 in the third. Only hold them to 9 points in the second half. What was the key in that second half?
We just talked in the locker room. We need to come out and be better in the second half, and that's what we did. And we know how good we can be in the second half, and that's what we did today.
How big is this win for you guys as you get closer to the postseason?
It's really big, just playing a Class A team and getting more points for that win, and we needed that.
Awesome. Appreciate you stopping up.
Thank you.
Good game. As big win for Platteview today. They win this one over Grand Island. I've been John Willis. We'll send it back upstairs.
Grand Island falls to Platteview in Game 2 of our Heartland Hoops Classic. And we have more basketball to come. Wahoo and North Platte to follow, followed by Gordon Rushville and Grand Island Central Catholic. Well, for this one, Jack McGonigal and Bridger Cruz stepping aside in between games here. Thank you to anybody who tuned in to the Platteview Grand Island basketball game. And with that being said, Jack McGonigal and Bridger Cruz, don't go anywhere. You're tuned in to the Heartland Hoops Classic 2023 on Striv.
Tom Dinsdale Automotive is celebrating our 20th anniversary. 20 years of building lifelong relationships, providing superior customer service, and supporting the community. Stop by Dinsdale Hyundai and experience the Ioniq 5, Motor Trend's 2023 SUV of the year, with ultra-fast charging time, 10 to 80% in just 18 minutes, and a range of over 300 miles. The Ioniq 5 is a game changer. Discover all the premium features at an affordable price. Help us celebrate 20 years of service. Stop in today.